My name's Nick Tann, and welcome to my Fresh Music Fix. Artists from around the world send me their songs. I pick the songs I like the best, put them together in a podcast to share with you. In this, episode 40, we've got Poppie Marynns, Rivia, Joanovarc, but I'm going to kick off with Lea G again and again, and again, you are going to love it. Hello, that was Lea G and again, and I was just listening to the production on that. I had to go back to the beginning and have another listen at it, another go at it. But yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute. But hello, how are you? Yes, this is number 40. 40. We're 40 now. How about that? It's another solo one for me this week because the times aren't working well with me and Chris at the moment. He's doing stuff and I'm doing stuff. We're both busy chaps. That Lea G thing, I wanted to go back and double check because there's a certain element of that which I really love. Well, there's lots of things that I really love about that, and there's a sense of kind of urgency about the whole song, and that sort of frenetic kind of like tension builds throughout the whole builds throughout the song. Because it just starts like a basic dun 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 dun, and it's kind of simple vocal, but what comes in is there's some other noises coming in, and there's some other sort of synth stuff in the background that starts to sort of build up as well. There's random noises in the background, which I really like, and then at the end there's that, which reminds me of kind of where I live, because where I live there's a railway line at the end of the road, and it's normally quite quiet, but occasionally you can hear that noise of trains just stopping. They just stop at a signal box, and it's got that kind of noise to it, which is great. But I love it. So she's originally from Austria, but she's been over here for about 5 years now. Over here being obviously the United Kingdom, and I love her stuff. It's well worth going to her website to have a look, because she's done the thing that I really wish I could have done, is build a whole community of people, and that's what she's doing. She's building a whole community of people. So I'll put the links in the you know what, and it's a great website. It really looks good, and there's a whole she does so much more. There's poetry and all that kind of malarkey. So pop over to that and have a look at that. What's next is a great track, and what I did today is I listened to loads and loads of music, all the music that I've got in my folders today, and I did a lot of do I want this track in? Do I want this, or shall I leave it? I did a lot of rejection of tracks today, and I put a lot by, and I always like to listen to every single track. Doesn't matter what it is. Or how it's presented to me, even if it's from somebody that I've played before, and that I've liked or not liked or whatever. I always give everything a hearing. I don't always go through the whole thing, because otherwise it would be there's no point. I can normally tell what I like in the first minute or so. And that's why I always say, if you want to get played, especially on this podcast, it's best to put all your bets in the first 30 seconds, because after say 40 seconds I'm still like, come on, we've had this intro, and so we have a lot of noise. There was a bit of noise at the beginning of Lea G's, of the last song, and it's like you're trying to build an atmosphere. If it's like this kind of podcast, this kind of show, I really want something to sort of grab me in the first 30 seconds. Anyway, that's what this did. So this is Poppie Marynns, who I've played before, featuring Nika Redhart. Now, there's not an awful lot I can tell you about Poppie, apart from the fact that he's in Coventry. I think there's some other stuff. I'll try and dig some other stuff up for the show notes, but that's about it. So this is a bit of a long one. This one, I'm just warning you, just in case you're thinking like, oh, hang on, shall I listen to this and then go for a wee or something like that? Go for a wee first, then come back. But this is gorgeous. So this is a classic example of like I wait for something and I'm like, okay, I've got this. Now I need. Oh, here's the vocal. This has got to be a really good vocal now, because sometimes I listen to the start of various songs and it's like the vocal comes and it's like, oh, that's not a particularly interesting vocal. I'm not saying good or bad. It's got to be interesting. It's got to keep me logged in, and this does. So if I listen to this is Poppie Marynns featuring Nika Redhart and a track called "Don't Let Me Go."
Don't let me fly where I can't turn.
Gorgeous. So that's Poppie Marynns featuring Nika Redhart and Don't Let Me Go. Now, I really, so I'm moving bits of paper around, really like that song, and I really like that track. However, there are a few bits and pieces that I do have a bit of a problem, not a problem with, but there's a few things that I would alter if it was me, if I was producing this. Firstly, it's too long. I mean, it's 7 minutes, and it is lovely, but it's too long. And when you have a track that's too long, it means some of the bits that you've got in there are there to kind of pad it out. It's like you've almost decided that, you know, it's going to be 7 minutes long. So if you'd made that 5 minutes long, then what you'd have done, you'd have lost some of the guitar solos, and so you'd have had all the best bits of the guitar solo. You know, because you've lost 2 minutes of it, you're going to keep the very, very best in, because there were some guitar bits there that were kind of okay, but they're a bit pedestrian, a little bit sort of like, oh, we're just sort of like creating an atmosphere here. Also, I don't think the vocals were mixed loud enough, or the guitar initially. Sorry, Poppie, I know you're the guitarist, but I think the guitars are too high in the mix, because you've done some really interesting things with the vocals. There's some "Don't Let Me Go," and there's some backing vocals that kind of get lost because they're lower than the main vocal. Obviously, mixed slightly lower than the main vocal, but also you've got this guitar underneath it. So that's kind of like, it kind of makes it very difficult to play on a podcast or a radio show, because of that. I think we love guitar, okay? I get it. I've just bought a new one, which I'll tell you about in a minute. So we love guitar, but not everybody else does. Most people are interested in the vocals. Most people that aren't musicians prefer to hear lots of vocals, and so do I. And what would have been nice is, as we were going towards the end of that, if we've cut 2 minutes off it, so it's now only 5 minutes, which is still quite long for a kind of like pop. It's not a pop song, but that's sort of like that song length. You could have had an interaction with the vocals, so you could have gone, "Don't let me go," and sort of like a little bit of backwards and forwards with that. That would have been really interesting. That would have been a really interesting thing to do. So I was thinking, do I not play this because it's too long, because the vocals, because the guitar is mixed too high, and because there isn't this interaction which I'd like to have heard at the end, or do I do it, or I just don't play it? And that would have been a shame not to play it, because it's a really interesting piece of music. It's really, really nice. Nika's vocal is absolutely beautiful vocal, because the first few notes, the first couple of notes, I was okay, and I think by about the fourth or fifth note, I just thought, oh, there's a bit of really nice quality vocal here. There's something interesting. There's a real depth there. Anyway, that's me. So yeah, I bought a new guitar last week. I had to go to Bristol, which is a big ask because I really don't like Bristol, and I bought a Gretsch. And the idea of me buying a new guitar, I have a few, is I wanted to get enthused to write more songs, and because I haven't written any new songs recently, so I went to Bristol, bought this guitar, and I recorded this little song that I wrote. And so what I thought I'd do, I've got 2 recordings of it. So this is a song that's started off with just a couple of chords and a little bit of singing, as you'll hear. So I recorded this on last Sunday morning in my mate's conservatory, looking out over the most beautiful countryside in Gloucester. And it's about 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I've just got this guitar, and it's a Gretsch, but it's what they call a semi-acoustic, so you can sort of hear it. But if you plug it in, then you've got all the electrics. But it's not an acoustic guitar. Anyway, you'll hear it. If I listen to this, it's got no words yet. It's got nothing. It hasn't even got a form at this stage. It's got a few ideas, and there's me kind of warbling a little possible melody line just to get going. So this is a song in its evolution. This is the first time it's been recorded. It's actually probably the second time it's ever been played. Okay, so have a listen to this. D, by the way. So yeah, here I go. It's just a little bit of, just like a rough idea. And this recording I made just for me as a reference point, because there's so many times when I've written something and then gone back to it and thought, oh God, what did I write? Oh God. So this is just using the memo voice recorder on my iPhone, and that's all it is. So it's just nothing spectacular about it. Oh, look at me going now. So, and as I'm recording it, I'm kind of like thinking of how it's going to go next, what's going to happen to it, and sometimes I make a mistake. For some reason, I found this really interesting chord that I'd seen somewhere, and I started using that, and but it's quite difficult to play. Anyway, that was it. So I've got another recording I did a few days later with the guitar plugged into an amp and stuff. But anyway, I'll play that after this. This is Rivia, and this is called Piece of You. This is great.
You ran off the deep end. I don't wanna be like you. Unrecognizable from the person I once knew. Should've known better. I found it for a while now. I probably regret it, but I didn't wanna let you down. No, we can't wait. No, we can't wait.
Gorgeous. What a great track. A lovely, lovely track that is. That's Riva. No, it's not. It's Rivia. Rivia, Rivia. And they are from Liverpool. Can't tell you an awful lot about them. But I really, really like that. That's the beginning bit. It's a real kind of 70s punk sort of with the disconnected drums. Beautiful. And it comes in with that big sort of like more contemporary. Well, I'm just describing to you what you've just listened to. It's a bit bloody pointless, isn't it? Anyway, I love that. Lovely, really great little track. By the way, next I'm going to play you the second track. Not the second track. The second little recording I did of that song. So have a quick listen to this. Well, you'd think that was the one, but it's not the one. It was close to the one, because I was still. So that sounds very, very similar to the first recording that you heard, but it was plugged in. So I just wanted to hear the electric guitar, the electric part of it, of that guitar, because I thought you might be interested. If you're not interested, I'm sorry, I've wasted your time. But we had a band rehearsal this week. And we sort of started getting into it a little bit more. So I've changed it slightly. So there's kind of like two main sections in that, but now there's three, because it was missing it was kind of missing a verse. So it's kind of got a verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus, which kind of sound a bit the same. But that's this. So I just thought you'd be interested in the process. So this is my process of writing a song. So you've heard the first little bit, me just sort of like kind of scribbling away with a guitar that's not plugged in, and then plug it in a little bit, get a little bit of that sound, that kind of find that a little bit inspiring. I haven't got any ideas of what the song's going to be called, or even what the words are yet. They will come. And in the next podcast, I'll play you what we did at the rehearsals. With the band, so I'll give you an idea of how that works its way through into other people's psyche, imagination, etc. And what they've, because I played them those recordings, and I said, well, it's changed slightly because we've got the. Anyway, I'll explain that next time. Listen to this. This is Joanovarc. This is Hey Sister. This is fantastic. Listen to it. Headphones on, everybody. Yes, it's finished fading. We're all right. That was Joanovarc and Hey Sister. Brilliant. Love the drums at the end as well, all the way through actually. They're mixed very nicely. I like the way they go dum across my ears like that. I'm using my hand in some sort of descriptive way. I don't know why. I always do that. I do that. I noticed that the other day that I do that. Anyway, we'll talk about maybe we'll talk about that another time. I don't know. We might do. So, by the way, jingle news. Still no one sent a jingle in. Okay, Chris. So at the moment, I'm winning, but that's about it. I'm losing because no one's written any jingles. So maybe I should do some jingles. I've got bags of time. I'll just do that. So that's the end of the show. The end of the podcast. That's it. Now I've been thinking about different promotions for the podcast. Should I be telling you about this? I'll tell you about this. So for the last 2 months, I've been paying a lot of money to our good friends at Facebook or Meta or whatever we're calling them, to promote the podcast within Meta, so it's going across Facebook, and it's also going across to Instagram. So we're putting posts up every week, every new episode that comes up. For the last 2 months, I've been doing a paid sponsored plugging their podcast, and it's resulted in a lot of visits to the website, which is really good. It's just nice to see that sort of figure, but it hasn't resulted in any or not many new listeners. So that's what I want. I want some new listeners. So it hasn't, and I've spent a few £100 on it. A few hundred quid on promoting this. And as we get to the end of October next week, I've decided I'm not going to do that anymore because it's not worth it. So I don't make any money out of the podcast, okay? That's not my aim. But I do want to have lots of people listening to it because I think we play really good music. And everybody that listens to it for the first time, well, I say everybody, that lots of people, I do get a lot of feedback from people saying, we listened to it and it was really good, and they sound all surprised. Now, as far as I know, I think we're one of the very few music podcasts that actually plays the bands, actually plays the music. There are a lot of independent music podcasts, but they just talk about music. And what's the point of that? I want to listen to it. Don't tell me about it, just talk about it. So I'm going to try a different strategy. Because it's just me. I'm not part of any great big company. I'm just me, Nick Tann, this guy here, fresh music fixing. It's just me. So I've come up with a different strategy. So my new strategy is I'm going to try and get on some other podcasts and see if they can interview me, see if they're interested in interviewing me about the various things I do, including the podcast. Because I've got the band that I do. I also run choirs, and I teach guitar and I teach singing. As well as playing in my band. And so I'm going to try and get on some other podcasts, some popular podcasts, hopefully more popular than this one. When I say that, I just mean with people with more listeners than this one, to see if I can change that. Now, how have I come up with this idea? I've come up with this idea with me and ChatGPT. See, lots of people think AI or certain parts of AI are not a very good idea. For me, they're very helpful because I can try a few ideas and think, can you give me a list of? So I did this with ChatGPT. Can you give me a list of podcasts that would be interested or could be interested in having me as a guest? And it's given me some podcasts. So what I shall do is, if I get on any of these podcasts, I will plug the podcast. This one here, this very podcast you're listening to, and see if people are willing to give it a listen. Because most people that listen to it kind of stick with it. And if you're one of those people, God love you. And if you're listening for the first time and thinking, oh God, I don't want to miss this, go to the podcast website, which is Nick Tann's freshmusicfix.com. There'll be a link somewhere on however you're listening to this, and you can subscribe to the podcast. And you do it by going to the website, and there'll be various things that you'll see that say subscribe. And all you do is you put your email in. And every new episode that comes out, you just get sent an email. You'll get sent nothing else. There's no other marketing stuff because I'm not. It's not that. We're not going to have that kind of relationship, me and you. What's going to happen is I'm going to make a new episode, and whenever I do one, you'll get an email and it goes, Nick's got a new podcast out, and it'll give you a link so you can go straight to wherever you want to listen to it. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to try that over the next few weeks. I'm very busy because I've got the band's getting busier now, and I'm just generally busy doing things. So yeah, I'm going to try that, and I'm also going to try another advert, some more advertising, but in other places. So if you've got any ideas, if you're in that sort of like website marketing or podcast, that sort of, even if you're not, even if you've got some good ideas or bad ideas or hilarious ideas, give me a shout and we can talk about it, or I'll talk about it on here, or we'll try something out, because I do TikTok, Nick Tann's Fresh Music Fix on TikTok, and I do Instagram, Nick Tann's Fresh Music Fix on Instagram. Yeah, I do all that stuff as well. So let's see what happens. Kids, shall we? Anyway, thanks for listening. I hope you have a great week. I'm going to have a fantastic week, and I'll tell you all about it in the next podcast. Or maybe not. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know. Let's see what happens. I love you all. Goodbye.